Alright, so a new LLM model created by Alibaba recently launched and is called QWEN 2.5 Max. Apparently it's better than Deepseek version 3, GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and I myself haven't thoroughly tested it out yet, so I can't really give my opinion on it, but you can go to their website called chat.qwenlm.ai and be sure to select the QWEN 2.5 Max model and you can try it out for free. And this model looks great, but the only downside it has is the pricing. For example, its input is $1.6 per million tokens and its output is $6.4 per million tokens. And if you compare this pricing with Deepseek, then you can see that it's nowhere near close. This pricing is more similar to the big models like GPT-4o or Claude 3.5 Sonnet. QWEN 2.5 Max is cheaper than those, but not cheaper than Deepseek. So Deepseek might still be the king of LLMs, but within the following days we'll see the experiences of new people and what they say. Anyways, but to actually use QWEN 2.5 Max inside N8N, then you first have to create your Alibaba Cloud account to use their API. So just go to alibabacloud.com, and by the way, all the links I talk about will be in the description, and create your free account. It'll ask you to put in your billing details, but you won't get charged unless you specifically activate a service. And they're actually giving out 1 million free tokens for a month, so you can use that to test out QWEN 2.5 Max. But anyways, when you finish creating your Alibaba Cloud account, you just go to Model Studio and it'll bring you to this dashboard right here. And here is where you can actually accept your 1 million free tokens, so go ahead and do that. And here you can actually go to the models and see all of the models that Alibaba has. And in this case, we're going to use QWEN 2.5 Max, which is this one right here. So to create your API key, you just go on the top right and click on API key. Then go ahead and click on the Create My API Key button. Then in the workspace, simply select the default workspace and give it a short description. In this case, I'm just going to name it YouTube Test and then click on OK. Once you have that, you can actually click View and copy this into a safe place. But unlike other platforms, here you can actually view your API keys whenever you want. So if you want to, you can also just leave it here. And now we can actually go to N8N to set everything up. So first off, let's start by creating an AI agent with QWEN 2.5 Max. So let's just pick the AI agent and select its memory. And here in the chat model, you can see that QWEN or Alibaba isn't here. But the good thing is that the QWEN APIs are compatible with the OpenAI APIs. So simply select the OpenAI module. So now you just have to create a new connection. So create new credentials. Let's name it QWEN, just so we can keep everything in order. And here's where you paste in your API key. So just paste it and click on save, and it'll give you an error, but you can just ignore that. So then just exit out of there, and in the model here you can see that it's at fixed. So let's change that to expression. And here's where we put the QWEN 2.5 Max model name. So it's QWEN-Max-2025-01-25. And after that we have to change the base URL. So just click on Add option, base URL. And from their documentation we can actually just copy and paste their base URL. And also this will be in the description as well. So once you have the URL, you can just delete the OpenAI one and paste in the QWEN URL. And then that'll actually be the last step. So let's go and test it out, and let's ask it to give me a joke about cats. So let's see what it says. And it says, why was the cat sitting on the computer? Because it wanted to keep an eye on the mouse. And you can see that it's clearly working. You can also use the QWEN 2.5 Max model individually with a HTTP request. So just add a new node and search for HTTP request. And here you can actually go to their documentation. So where it says sample request, you can just copy all of this, and then in N8N just click on import curl and paste that here and import. Then all of these scopes here will automatically be filled in. And here we can see that the method is set as post and that the URL is this one. And all of this just comes from their documentation. Like here it says HTTP endpoint post and the URL. And then for the headers is where we actually put in the API key. So right now it says authorization and bearer. So delete this part and just put in your API key right here. And of course we actually have to send something, so enable send body, and this is where we actually put in the prompt. And right now the model is set as QWEN Plus, so let's change that and set it as QWEN 2.5 Max, and it's the same model name that we used before. Then for the system role, we can just leave it as it is. And in the user role is where we actually put in the prompt. So let's delete this and ask it to give me a joke about dogs. So let's test this out real quick, and it says that why don't dogs ever play hide and seek? Because they're always too good at pawing through the clues. Okay, that was a bad joke, but you can clearly see that this is working. And as a side note, in the JSON body you send, you can also specify the max amount of tokens you wanted to consume or the temperature. So in the documentation, you can check out their properties and go from there. And yeah, that was basically how to use the QWEN 2.5 Max model inside N8N. And if you liked this video, then you can check out my past video where I create an AI agent that can research any person or company. And if you like this N8N and AI content, then you can subscribe and hit that bell because I'll be posting way more videos just like this one and my past one. We're also super close to reaching 1000 subscribers, so I'm super grateful for that. And I really appreciate all of the cool comments I get. I've also been working on a project for you and it'll be ready within the next week, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching and I'll see you later.